I would have banned him, obviously. Why do you have mustard on my pants? Satire works too instead of sarcasm. Satire is much better than sarcasm. Satire is actually very healing. You apply reality, you apply their reality to real reality. You apply the spell to reality, like Globe Earth Sniper is great satire. You're showing a world of what that would look like if the world was actually spinning and snipers actually had to factor in the spin of the earth and the Coriolis effect, which is what they've claimed for decades, guys. Decades. That's one of the main proofs that we're on a spinning ball. We all know it's not true. One of the only proofs you have. So these are the two biggest proofs: NASA's pictures and the Coriolis effect, where a sniper has to factor in the spin of the earth when shooting a bullet. So you have two. Okay, one is a wizard cabal that just showed you an image of a mouse in space. Okay? The other is a lie, because every sniper that you'll ever know knows that they never factor that in. So what do? Do you just say, oh, it's a lie, it's a lie, it's a lie? No. You show them the world. Let's show you guys Globe Earth Sniper, just because it's being talked about. Globe Earth Sniper. Show them what the spell would look like if it was real. And then the laughter allows them to bridge the gap between the spell and reality. That's why 10 out of 10 times you yell at a family member that they're blind, they don't react well. And it's your fault for not seeing that. You can keep saying, oh, they're all so stupid. They're all so stupid. No, you're presenting a very bad and harsh, ostracized, an angry world to somebody. They're right for not listening to you. They're right. They're right for saying, I don't want to be one of you. If you're isolated, you're unhealthy, you're yelling, you don't have a family, you know, who the hell would want to do that? Who the hell would want to be like, I want to be one of those guys? Why do you think we're so effective here? Because people say, I want to be one of the bears. Why? Have you not seen how much they're crushing? And by the way, what I say is true when it comes to this. The more spells you break, the less cognitive dissonance you feel, the less calories are expended, and the more you can experience a spiritual and loving life because you're not trapped in the lies of the material world. Fact. And if you get in someone's face and say, how do you not see this? Don't you know you're damning us all? You're cutting off, you're doing more damage than you can possibly imagine. Because those people then accurately will look at you and say, I don't want anything to do with your world. Show them Globe Earth Sniper if you want to understand how preposterous the spinning Earth reality is. Oh, and another thing, one of the main spells around Globe Earth is saying flat earther is preposterously embarrassing. Oh, he's a flat earther. That means he's insane. Okay, once you see through the lie, trust me, there's more shame around thinking that Globe Earth Snipers exist. There we go. We only have one shot at this guy. Okay, a little left. Okay, now factor in the spin. No. God damn it, man. Okay, what direction are we? East, west, north, south, northeast? Factor in everything. We need to know exactly the direction, the spin of the earth, and how to combat it, or else we're gonna miss. There's no spin of the earth. Take the shot, retard. But that would mean Neil deGrasse Tyson is wrong, and you miss every single shot when we do this. If we miss this shot, our location will be blown. We've been here for 4 days shitting in little cans. Tell me the spin of the earth. Like, okay, down to the left 16 inches. No. They saw us. I missed a shot. I guess it was spinning a little faster than I thought. Oh. Globe Earth Sniper. I can see the mirage. No, that's the target. Must be a mirage. Well, I've done the calculations. 8 inches per mile squared. I wouldn't be able to see him. It's a mirage. I'm not taking the shot. It's him. Like, every sniper just shoots people. That's a fucking mirage. That means Neil deGrasse Tyson, the bike thief with the answers, is somehow misleading me. Globe Earth Sniper. Okay, if you factor in the curve. This is clearly a mirage. Okay, and I'm not evangelical flat earth guy. You believe what you want, man. You can believe in the globe spinning ball if you want. I get it. I'm sure in the future there'll be stuff that I also don't see, and it doesn't make you bad. But here is Globe Earth Pilot. Ever thought about a lot of flat earthers are pilots? Why? Because once you realize that all of their instruments are calibrated to a flat, non-moving plane, and it's all very, it's hiding in plain sight. No, it's just in plain sight. Every single thing in the world says that this is a non-moving plane of existence. Everything. It's been hiding in plain sight the whole time. Look. Yeah, we're not spinning 1,000 miles an hour, guys. It's not hiding. It's just in plain sight. Oh, no, but the factor in your only evidence to a globe Earth is because of what you've been taught in school, what you've been shown by NASA, and something called the Coriolis effect. And then a lot of social shame. That's the totality of the evidence. The evidence that we're not spinning on a ball is everything else in the world. Sorry, boys, I have to push the nose down to deal with the curve. What are you talking about? Guys, we're going 500 fucking miles per hour. There's 8 inches per mile squared down there. I have to buckle this thing down a couple hundred feet, in a fraction of a second. Globe Earth Pilot. And people will still sometimes write me like, Big Bear, you're so stupid. I'm like, I get it. Don't let that stuff cause you anger. You know, we all have family members. We all have friends. We all have neighbors that don't see what we see. We also have people that see more than we see. Don't let it isolate you. And isolation, by the way, isn't even that bad. 5,000 freaking miles per hour. Yeah, I know. It's like, no, but the whole atmosphere spins at the same speed as the... So how? Because it's all... It's like, isn't there basically no atmosphere up there? That's why we have to have a pressurized cabin. I have theories as to why, by the way. Yeah, but it's clearly spit. No. So where do you leave and everything just becomes like not spin? Like, when are you in your own thing? Oh, never. You haven't thought this through, have you? No, I haven't. Of course not. Neil deGrasse Tyson's a black man. We all know we don't question the black man. It's absurd. It's all very absurd. Why? Because I think our consciousness is... Okay, whatever. I can't prove any of this. Me theorizing has to come with some asterisks. I much prefer saying what isn't, because I can stand that ground very easily. People can scrutinize it. I can just win every time because it's obvious what is not. But what is very hard. But a theory, an unprovable theory that I have, is that our consciousness is tied to the ground. And the higher up we go, the less consciousness we have. And so you literally have to hold ether in an object to go up too high. That's why when in higher elevations you feel faint, it's fuzzy. Oh no, it's because of oxygen. I don't feel like doing it right now, okay? It's like why at sea level, I think the etherics, I think the atmosphere itself has to do with consciousness. So I think that the closer you are to the earth, that's why at sea level, like at a beach on a beautiful day, everything is so bright. You know, you're so alive. You're so there. That's why people love beaches, because it's the closest you can get to baseline consciousness. And then the higher you go, you're up... How do you survive going up 15,000 feet in a mountain? You have a tank of consciousness. I know I can't prove that. It's a theory. Could be totally wrong. Oh no, it's oxygen with your hemoglobin, your red blood cells. I know. There's more going on than any of that. If you get on the quantum level of matter, nothing's there. It's all vibration. It's all waves. It's all energy. The atom, I don't believe the atom even exists. You can't see it. You can't test it. You can't see how it affects anything. They say matter is 99.999% empty space, and people just go with that. They're like, oh no, this is empty space, and but yet it repels. You know, it just doesn't fall through anything. That makes sense. I'm like, oh no, it repels because of the magnetism, the strong force, weak force, gravity. No, you can't prove any of it. If you look deeply into this stuff, there's no material. Material is an illusion. I can't prove it. This isn't my expertise. When I go out on these limbs, it's easy to prove me wrong or not, or lie. Or I can show you that the earth isn't a spinning ball. I can't say what it is. I have theories. I think the plane, the closer you are to that plane, that's why being barefoot, all this stuff, makes you feel more alive. Your consciousness is affected by how connected you are to the plane of existence. This is what I think. Dark matter sure is convenient. I know. 90% of the world is dark matter. We can't see it, measure it, nothing. How do you know it exists? Because if it didn't, we'd be wrong. So that's your only proof. Yes. It doesn't interact with non-dark matter. You can't weigh it. You can't see it. You can't see it interact with anything. So how do you know it's there? It's very simple. Because if it isn't, we'd be wrong. Guys, what I just said is 100% the reality of dark matter. They invented dark matter because their equations were all wrong. Their equations for gravity, and I had a physics podcast at Caltech. I've interviewed high-level people at NASA. I've interviewed people with Nobel Prizes and stuff. Fact. Oh, you don't know anything about physics. I've been in these rooms. A lot of them believe it. I'll tell you that right now. I don't know who knows it's not true. I don't. A lot of them have such tight sphincter apertures that because of their one task, they don't see the big picture. Fact. Dark energy, the entire concept is just because if it wasn't true, they'd be wrong. And there's literally zero physical evidence that it exists at all. And so now that we introduce the concept of dark matter, some spiritual people say, oh, that's Satan, that's demons, that's the theory of. Guys, it is two words, dark matter. It's words with a mouth. There's no evidence that exists on any level. Some people are like, that's the demon realm. Guys, it doesn't exist. Like you can't measure it at all. There's nothing there. I believe in the spiritual realm because I felt it and seen it. There is no seeing dark matter. The creation of dark matter was simply so that their theories weren't wrong. That's it. And so then it's cemented because of their belief in themselves. You know, Neil deGrasse Tyson, the bike thief with all the answers. Darkness is a blank check to cover science fraud. Right. It's just fraud, just like what that bike thief said. The most eye-opening moment for me was when BB's PhD physics friend said, you should believe the nukes are real either way. Right. He said, just act like they're real. He knows they're not real. He has his PhD in nuclear physics from Caltech. And blind, non-playable characters with their little jobs and their little lives. I'm not saying that they can't be great. They'll say, oh, he's an idiot. He's wrong. Oh, he's crazy. Guys, he has his PhD from Caltech in nuclear physics. He knows more than anybody about how if you have certain opinions, you don't get tenure, you don't get a job. He says, act as if they're true, as if it's true. Guys, it isn't even remote. A nuclear explosion isn't physically possible, and the narrative of it is absurd. Every aspect of that story is absurd. The only evidence that they exist is because people believe they exist. All right. When someone calls you a racist, just say, no, dark matter proves I'm correct. Blow their mind. Interesting. No, when someone calls me a racist, I'm just like, yeah, I am. Whites are weak for not calling out the bike thieves. Now that'll mess with their minds. Just say, yeah, man, I've been really anti-white lately. They won't call out the bike thieves. You know who I'm talking about. The coons. So that sentence is anti-white, but I'm anti-white because of their inability to. It's hilarious. Like, if you're gonna be funny with it, be effectively funny. Because if you say dark matter, they don't know what you're talking about. They're like, okay, shut up. If you create a fun journey for them, where it's like, yeah, I am a racist. I'm disgusted by whites. Oh, so you're on our team? Yeah, they won't call out the bike thieves. They're weak. It's like, wait a minute. So what are you? I'm a racist. The whites are weak. Why? Because they won't call out the blacks. That's a racial flaw. Short-circuiting. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm also anti-white. They're cucks. It's like, I don't know what to do with you. Then stay off my property. The best way to get people to leave you alone, which is really the goal of so much of life, is just act in a way where they're like, I don't know how to play with this.